No, I don't feel any cramping at all.
All right. I'm going to remove everything. We're all done. How do you feel?
I feel fine. Hi, ladies. I'm just leaving my appointment for my HSG. It went pretty well. I got in. They sat me on the table. I have a couple pictures for you that I'll insert. And I also took video. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but he did let me take a video. It wasn't very long. The actual procedure itself, once they set everything up, didn't take long at all. I am experiencing cramping right now. Nothing worse than period cramps. She says that they inject about 20 cc's of the fluid, the dye or whatever. It's not dye, it's clear. It's clear fluid that they're injecting. So I got in, they laid me on the table and inserted the speculum, which is never a pleasant thing for me. They cleaned my cervix with betadine. They did a swab of betadine. 2 swabs actually. They did one pass over and then again, and then they inserted the catheter. They removed the speculum, and then they had me scoot up and down a few times to position the ultrasound machine, or not the ultrasound, the x-ray machine, right? And then he started to inject the dye. There was a little bit of cramping, not what I'm feeling now. A little bit of cramping with the injection of the dye. I'll call it dye for lack of a better term. And I lost my train of thought. He injected me. I don't know what I was talking about. I am in a lot of pain right now. So the moral of the story is my tubes are clear, which is good. Good results. I don't have any blockage of the tubes, so now it's just a matter of sperm meets egg, really, is what we're looking at. He did say that the procedure was covered under insurance. At first, I called and they told me, you know, it'll be $530. And I said, hold up, wait a minute, because that's not, you know, I went through this with the understanding that it was going to be covered under insurance. That was the whole reason why I was doing it, right? So I called just to get a general direction for the place, which I kind of knew where it was. I just wanted to double check. Where it was. So I called and the lady was like, oh, you know, this is the insurance you have, and, you know, it's self-pay, and because your insurance doesn't cover infertility. And I was like, no, they didn't tell me that. You know, they didn't prepare me for any out-of-pocket costs that I was going to have. And so she said, well, let me call your insurance company. Let me find out what we can do. Or let me find out. And this was like half an hour before my appointment. So, of course, I was freaking out. It was like maybe 10, 15 minutes before I had to leave work. Man, I am in a lot of pain right now. Just uncomfortable cramping is how it feels. And I don't know. He said, you know, I'm going to have a little bit of cramping because they did inject fluid into my uterus. So the lady said, you know, it's going to be $530 out of pocket. And I said, well, if that's the case, you know, I can't afford that. I wasn't prepared to dish out $530 for this procedure. I expected it to be covered under insurance. So I was sweating it a little. She called back and she said, yeah, we are going to send it through insurance. So that's good. It went through insurance. That's why I ended up going through with it. I was almost going to tell them, you know, cancel it. I'll, you know, do something else. or, you know, whatever. I'll give you results from my last one that I did in 2007. It was covered under insurance, and I had a $15 copay. So, no blockage. We're good. We're good to go. He said it'll, you know, it's good because it'll give me an increased chance, because it gives you a little flush. Clean out the cobwebs, if you will. So, I am really having a lot of cramping right now. I don't know how. I took a Motrin, so if anybody's going to do this procedure, I highly recommend you take it. I took it about 30 minutes before. I took a Motrin 800 before the procedure. I highly recommend you do that. Because I think the cramping would be a lot worse had I not taken it. It would definitely be a lot worse. Like cramping, you know, when the fluid went inside, but not as bad as what I'm feeling now. Good thing I get to go home and rest. My work let me off, so that they're pretty cool about that. So that's it, ladies. I have an appointment on Saturday, so I'll be back on Saturday with an update. My sister will go with me to this appointment, so hopefully her and her babies have been giving me good baby dust, and I have baby all over me. I'm loving every minute of it. So I send baby dust to all of you ladies out there, everybody needing baby dust for your BFP. I'm loving every minute of it. I'll maybe get my niece. My niece is in a video with me. My little niece, that's 5-year-old. She's a ham. So I have a couple of videos of her on here. So let me cut this short before it gets too long, ladies. I'll update on Saturday. Love to everybody. Congratulations to all the BFPs. And we'll talk to you ladies on Saturday. Bye. One thing I forgot to mention, ladies, I wanted to let you know that if anybody does get this procedure done, it'd be best if you brought your own pads. I'm sitting on a pillow right now, literally sitting on a pillow. They provide pads for you that are enormous. Basically, well, I'm riding a saddle, so I recommend anybody that's doing this, take whatever your favorite pad is, because you will have some leakage. I did have a little bit of bleeding immediately after the procedure. I went to the bathroom when I got off of the table. The fluid started coming out, and I did have some bleeding. I'm going to watch that bleeding. He said a little bit of bleeding is okay because the catheter might, scrape your cervix going in, but it shouldn't be anything near a period, just light spotting maybe, but it was bright red blood. So I opened the door and I poked my head in and I said, hey, is it normal that I'm bleeding? He said, yeah. He said, you will have some discharge, you will have some clear. The fluid is clear, and it will be some sticky discharge, and also discharge from the betadine that they clean your cervix with. He also put me on doxycycline, which is an antibiotic. I guess to prevent infection. It's more of a preventative maintenance, if anything, so that you don't get any infection in your uterus, because he said that there's good bacteria on your cervix, and if the bacteria hops onto the catheter and takes the ride up into your uterus, it can cause big problems. Well, it's a bacteria, you don't want bacteria in your uterus. So that's why they give you the betadine, and that's why they also put you on the antibiotic. So I just wanted to mention that. I forgot to mention it when I was making my video. Bring pads, take Motrin, and you will have some bleeding. So that's all I wanted to add. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to add. So we'll see you again, ladies. Bye.